Anger is the fuel for transformation. So women are taught to silence our anger. So when anger shows up, immediately what shows up with it is the conditioning that says repress that anger, stuff it down, hold it in. For men, the conditioning is different. Men are supposed to stuff down, hold in their tears. So these are generalizations, and they don't necessarily apply specifically to your family system, and they are generalized over cultures and time and space. So when a woman is taught to not showcase her anger, what's happening there is that she's told and she's taught that her anger is dangerous, when in fact her anger is showing up as a way to inform her that a violation has occurred here. So in effect, what the cultural conditioning tells women about their anger is that they're not allowed to notice when they are being violated. They're not allowed to notice when they're being violated. So there are a multiplicity of ways in which we are taught not to engage our anger. As children, we're told to just pretend it's not there. And if you're going to be angry, you can go to your room. Or for some of us, when we were angry, it was let's fight it out and then just move on from the thing that happened. But nothing was resolved. Right? It's like this explosive anger where nothing's resolved. So women are terrified of that. Generally, women are terrified of explosive anger because they think that that's dangerous. The truth of it is, it's not the anger that's dangerous. It's the experience that the anger showed up in that's dangerous. It's the use of men's anger as a control mechanism to suppress women's anger. That is dangerous. It's women's suppressed anger that manifests itself in jabs and looks and fuck yous and manipulations and these undercurrents of pretending to take control when really they're completely out of control. So they micromanage, or they they manipulate, or they lie, or they do all these really yucky things to try and get a sense of control. Meanwhile, they're seething. But they're not allowed to be seething, so they find creative ways as outlets. So for me, what's really critical in this video is to let you know that anger is your friend. When that energy is moving through you, it is only moving through you to let you know that a violation has happened here. So it's different if that's your habituated way of just you get riled up about everything. I know that one really well. I used to be that, but at the same time, I was in an abusive relationship. I was living under abusive capitalist systems that oppress people. Generally, I'm paying attention to the violations worldwide and slavery and trafficking and all the things because I studied criminology, right? That was what I did. Corporate crime is my thing. So, or was anyway. So I'm very acutely aware to violations worldwide, and so for me it was a state of being. Anger was like a state of being, and now I've learned how to let it be and flow and inform me of the truth of my experience without overtaking my life. But for other women, they take that anger and they repress it, and then they do that thing that I just talked about, and so they never actually discover what the truth of their experience is. So if you're feeling angry, what just happened? In that nanosecond where that energy started to move, what just happened? Because I'm willing to bet that in some way you were disrespected, you were treated with lack of integrity, you were treated as lesser than, you were treated with expectation that you would be something that you may or may not be. You were treated as crazy. You were treated or dismissed, even worse, right? What are you talking about? I never did that. So, if that's showing up for you in your life, I'm here to let you know to embrace it. I'm here to let you know to let it be in flow. And as soon as the good girl conditioning comes up that says, oh, how dare you, don't do that, it's dangerous, don't you know, and last time you did that, and what's mommy gonna think, and what's daddy gonna think, and what's your boss gonna think, and whatever, keep it under control, log it in. When that comes up, just go, great, thanks so much, and expand your chest and breathe deep into the base of your spine, located in your pelvic floor. Stay there and just be with the truth of your moment. So what is that anger telling you? Why is that anger showing up? So if your strategy is to repress it, I encourage you to just open up. If your strategy is to blow up and out of your body, I encourage you to come back into your body, base of your spine. You cannot be in this life fully present and live a good life if you are not deeply rooted at the base of your spine. If you don't know what you are, deeply rooted at the base of your spine. That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it until I discover something else. But so far, served me pretty well. So ladies, next time somebody tries to tell you that you're crazy for being angry, I encourage you to look at what's going on inside of you and what happened in that moment for you that led to that. And then be ready to deal with the consequences of that. Because of course, once you realize something about yourself that has happened, you now have to deal with the consequences of it. Rejoice in that. Rejoice in your anger and make it your friend, because it is one of the greatest transformational tools. Not anger per se, but the fire energy that anger that anger is part of, right? So anger, rage, outrage, joy, excitement, all of those are fire energies. So when they're in flow, they're there to transform your body, your mind, and the quality of your life. So pay attention.